Welcome to a special holiday episode of Mature-ish Mamas, where we talk about presents over presents with 5 hot tips of how to make your holiday season a little bit easier. But here's the deal, it's not an easy day for us because we're still in the hospital, aka Cal's still in the hospital, for her infection of her double mastectomy. So bear with the sound. It's a little bit fuzzy, but if you grab some eggnog with some extra rum, you're not even going to notice. All right, guys, stick to the end where we turn an episode of complete gratitude and love into a shit show again. Let's get started.
Here's the deal. We're 2 moms and we pop babies out in our 40s. And it's hard.
It was hard.
It's also the best thing that's ever happened to either one of us.
Yeah, but now we're moms in our 40s.
In our 40s.
With preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's bring the community together of women.
All the moms, 40, 20.
And also, let's just talk about, real shit. Real life, real women shit.
Yeah, real women shit. Let's do that.
Shit's hard. And also, it's funny. Life is funny.
Let me just pull my bush out of my bush.
Cheers!
Cheers! Unfiltered.
Because if you want a show, we're a shit show. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Bam!
Bam! Bing, boom.
Welcome to Mature-ish Mamas.
Welcome.
The holiday episode. Guys, check out these glasses that Meg's got me from the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
The handle is
upside down.
That's why it's from the dollar store. So it can't go like this. I mean, I can try.
Try it.
Maybe I
See
can.
how that feels.
I can get him up there.
There you go.
Oh, I look so pretty now.
I know. I'm glad you started the other way, though.
Couldn't get any better. We might still be in the hospital and I'm hooked to a drip, so my arm's not even in my sweater. But you know what? Go Jesus. It's your birthday. That's what my shirt says. It's going to party. He's dancing.
My favorite part is that his slide, his
Flippy flop.
his sandals just flying out into the air.
As he's breakdancing on a box because it's Jesus' birthday.
And that's what
Oh
everyone
my
does on
gosh.
Jesus' birthday.
It's so hard not to shake our feet on this table. You're
I know.
welcome, you guys. Anyways, you're watching a special episode, a holiday episode.
Holiday
of,
edition.
Yep, the Mature-ish Mamas. And we were talking about how freaking stressed, and I know this just from my years past of working with women, how stressed they are. They don't even enjoy the holidays because they're so damn worried about getting the perfect gifts.
The Christmas list.
Yeah, the Christmas list.
Yeah, the list, and it's not just presents. All the things you got to do to make Christmas special for everybody but you.
But yourself, and then you're just stressed out the whole damn time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like Christmas, which is confusing for me because I
know.
decorate in this year September, but it's whatever, and I'm ready. And we wanted to give you guys some tips to maybe make this holiday this year a little bit less stressful for the presents part. Today we're talking about presents versus presents.
Yeah, and just maybe a reframing of the way that you kind of come forward looking at the way Christmas is going to be for you this year. And for years in the future too, because it really does start with the mamas and how we present it to the family. You know what I mean? We're the family manager. We're the CEOs of all of our family units.
And they feel our stretch, they watch our actions, they feel our stress, not stretch, whatever, either way.
I mean, I feel my stretch in the morning.
And
they feel the stress. Yeah, they do. It does affect everybody. And also you should be a part of the joy. You should be experiencing your own joy. And listen, there's going to be some stress.
Right. So I would say that because I am such a Christmas baby and I've been such a fan, I don't really feel like I experience very much stress, but I think I go to a lot of preparatory lengths in order to do that, which is just me in general. That's how I am. If I know, I decorated on September 29th this year because I knew I was having surgery and couldn't decorate later. So I always do girl math backwards a lot. So it helps me in planning, which isn't going to help you guys too much this year because it's already into the holiday season. But I think one of my favorite things, Megs, is to have all of my holiday shopping done by Black Friday.
Wow,
so
that's
just
great.
Finish those last different pieces and then be able to take time to wrap slowly and progressively. So I'm not trying to wrap the wrapping the night before. I do not like that. Christmas Eve, I want to be having eggnog and having fun. I do not want to be freaking putting bows on stuff.
I know.
Nothing fun about that.
Well, and also because that's, part of the tradition is to celebrate some things on Christmas Eve too, or if you want it to be that way. And I think that that's lovely.
So
it's part of it. It's
it's
so
our
fun.
night.
It's our night.
That's what we've done forever.
Yeah, so
we used to
that's-
only see each other once a year, Christmas Eve.
Can you believe that? For like
Ever until last year.
32 years.
And look at, we're making changes now.
We're catching up.
Making the change.
Yeah, we're catching up for those 32 years by seeing each other every day.
But it's true, like that's supposed to be part of your joy. And I just want to say this, it's going to piss some people off, but if you're stressed during the holidays at a heightened level all the time, it's because you're making choices that make you stressed, which is going to make people mad a little bit. But here's the deal. You get to choose if you're going to save all of your wrapping until the night before. And you're like, yeah, but I don't have any time during the month of December. Cool. What if you did it in July? And I know that could sound crazy, but it's also feasible and doable. But I don't have anywhere to put my like our presents and stuff. I know people that have put it in their luggage. So like you
Hiding
wrap
spots. That's a fun thing.
Yeah. Well, and do you guys? We don't. Santa doesn't come until Christmas morning at our house.
Yeah.
So that they don't get like progressively bigger under the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that could be if you don't have the possibility of hiding spots. Maybe you do that. Like that becomes what
Under
happens.
the tree. Yeah.
And
Could
it just
be.
gets bigger.
Start in July.
Yeah, starting in July. Otherwise, you find like we do a lot, like we've done in the basement, we've done under blankets, we've done in luggage, we've done in the closets, back in like nooks and crannies, in the garage, and anywhere where they can't like find it, or places where they just would be like horrified to go, like a crawl space.
Yeah,
Gross.
the attic or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Or the bathroom. Go clean the bathroom.
No.
Okay.
The shower. Yep. Not gonna do that. So that's been like a big piece, I think, of my peace and being able to be present instead. And that's just because if I can have things done, then I'm gonna be so much happier. So like why I've been in the hospital right now, which is pretty late, like we're already to mid-November, it's November 15th right now while we're recording. But I was like, kids, I need all of your lists because I'm gonna be done by Tuesday, which is even earlier than normal, because I was like, I've got some time, I'm gonna do it. And then my freaking son every single time doesn't send me a present, and he ends up getting socks and a gift card or something. But that's his bad. Follow the rules.
Yeah, he didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Follow the rules. So that's my one hot tip. First hot tip,
Yeah.
shop early. Or my mother-in-law, she shops all year round. So she starts like January, and like if you just buy one gift a month, like leading up to it, like that's a lot of presents.
That
and
is
then
a
you
lot.
disperse your investment or your spending.
That's
in
nice
your person.
too.
Yeah. And then you can like pick who you're going to shop for in different times. You see them, it reminds you of them. You just have this little like stash of presents.
Yep.
You just can't be bad at telling them what you got them.
So I was gonna say I'm
So
the
you can't
exact
do-
fucking opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see what you do. She's like, December 23rd, we get a sitter, or Caston comes with him and we blindfold him.
So in years past, we didn't have a little dude, and literally there were years where we were shopping on Christmas Eve. And it was like, and it was a chaotic, fun mess for John and I, because that's what
cool.
sometimes for
Yeah.
us, that's fun. And then it's just like, you actually, less stressful for me, because I'm like, they're gonna love this. I'm getting them this, and then I wrap it up and then...
You're probably having a cocktail while you're shopping.
Yeah, you're just having a good time.
That's
And
good. That is
then-
fun.
Yeah, and then the last 2 years, Cass has been way too young to remember or know or do anything, which also Amazon helps a lot too. So that's part of a good thing. I mean, I don't want to buy all my stuff on Amazon, but in a pinch.
But it is, I mean,
yeah, so that's been our thing. And also,
wait, you said Caston was so young.
that he doesn't know. So if I
Yeah.
put something in a cart and I bought it, and then we could wrap it up, he just loves it anyways. Like, he's like, I just saw this, but this is great. I'm one.
I wanted this. How'd you know, Mom?
Yeah.
I was thinking we could get
I
this.
wanted this box that this toy came in.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, and then also, I will say this. If you don't know, John has the worst time holding anything that he's excited about in.
Wait, your John or my John?
My John.
My John too.
Oh my gosh.
Worse.
He's like, he cannot wait to
Yeah.
So, and then also, I also have a hard time buying gifts for people and not wanting to give them to them right away.
You're bad at
So people do get gifts for me a lot of the year.
Yeah.
And if I bought Christmas gifts early, they would already get them, and then I have to buy new Christmas gifts. I'd be like,
So tip number number one works for some of us and not for others.
That's the way it works.
This gal right here. But it sounds like, that doesn't sound like you're stressed about it. It
exactly.
sounds like you're making it a fun occasion.
It's exactly true. We don't get stressed about it because then it turns into like kind of a fun thing. And John and I go shopping together, and that's kind of fun too.
I love that. Yeah, that is cool.
So
I also think about like, who do you get presents for? I think that's a big thing where there are certain expectations maybe that have been created or set by you or family members that aren't set in stone. Like, that's not the way that things have to be. It might be the way that things are now, but it's not the way that it has to be.
Totally.
So you can have conversations with your family and be like, hey guys, so at our family Christmas, like aunts and uncles, like we're not doing presents, like our adults, I don't know, for us it's like, you're an adult, so we just do the one like ugly, what's that, like we put the present in the
white elephant.
Yeah, white elephant, but we do good gifts for that usually.
That's cool.
And then everybody goes away with one present, but you can recreate what that looks like. I'm an awful gift giver. Like I'm great at quality time, but like how you find something special, I'm like, oh my God, you know what? I think my dad would really appreciate this cup. Here he goes. It's like, Kelly, no, that's not what I meant to. Or like the perfectly wrong gift. I'm not great at it. So it would be so much stress for me to try to feel like I was putting myself in a place of pressure to be like, what does my aunt want? And what does my uncle want? And what does my cousin want? And what does my brother want? Instead, we're just like, hey, I love you, and let's buy the kids stuff. And just have a conversation. Or if they're like, no, we're going to get your people stuff, then I don't know. Then you have to swerve.
Yeah, and I think that there's like some kind of societal pressure sometimes when someone buys you something, you have to get them something back.
Yeah.
And I don't think that is necessarily true. I think that there is something so amazing to be able to receive. And just receive and say thank you so much. Like you don't have to buy everyone that you know something.
Yeah.
And if someone unexpectedly gets you a gift, I think a beautiful thank you card is a great way to give back.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy them a gift if someone.
Or
buys
like,
you
I mean, like
something.
honestly, the thank you card is so old school and fashion beautiful. Let's use the word beautiful as many times as we can today. Drink beautiful. But also just like a hug and a sincere thank you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't agree with you more. I think that there is this internal pressure. You're doing it to yourself. If you're hanging out with humans who are giving in order to receive, I don't feel like you're probably hanging out with your right humans. And
then you don't give them a gift and they go away anyway.
Yeah, exactly, because they get pissed about it. It's so true. But it's like, so you have Miss Megs over here who she can't keep her whatever in her pants whatsoever, so she's going to give you gifts throughout the year, and I would never, it's like, and not for any reason, not because you're giving something back, she's just like, here, I just got you this, like, here it is. And then you just, maybe when you're thinking about someone, you give them something too, and it doesn't have to be reciprocal to me at all.
Right, especially in times like Christmas, like where it's like, you know, your friend's mom decided to get you a gift this year. You don't have to run out and get them a gift.
Yeah.
Like, you just say thank you.
I got you this water bottle. It's full with ice in it. There's a little vodka in there too. You're welcome.
That's the special surprise gift. So I just wanted to say that because I think that that's really a hard thing to sit with for some people, for most people, where it's like, if I get something, I got to give something back, and just a thank you is enough. And just there's such a special art to being a good receiver. And that is an important part to learn just in life in general, to be a good receiver and just say thank you and gracious and be done. And that's great.
And I would say on that same token, if you are one of the ones who give to receive, I would maybe reconsider your motivation of what you're doing, because that's really not what the joy of, I think to most people, the joy of gift giving is not to receive. Maybe just kind of sit with yourself and have some internal conversation and dialogue about that.
Yeah.
And whatever is whatever. It is what it is. But there's a lot of disappointment that comes with that, because you're giving to share your love and your light. And maybe you give presents, maybe you give time, maybe you give touch, maybe you give, there's all the different ways that you can love on someone.
Totally.
But it's...
And also at Christmas.
Yeah. And also at Christmas.
Yeah, you don't have to buy physical gifts to show someone that you love and care about them at Christmas either. Because same, in our family, so on both sides of our family, we do, on the one side, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. We have a lot of kids, like even I have younger cousins and stuff. So we get all the kids gifts. Just the kids get gifts.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to me in my heart and my brain. And that's just for me, is that's what the Christmas magic is when you're a child.
Right.
Is the gifts and the chaos and the family and the loud and no. But as an adult, it doesn't necessarily, that's not where my heart is for the specialness of the holiday season. And then in my other family, on my other side, there are no children, just Caston. He's the only one. So then we do buy gifts for the adults.
Okay.
So that's different too. You know what I mean? So, so that's it's what works for the way that our family works. That way. So you figure that out. And I think that, again, not just buying, you don't have to have a set monetary limit. You don't have to have an expectation that needs to be the most glamorous thing, the coolest thing that's on the market right now.
Right.
I think that giving from the heart, no matter what that is, maybe it's a homemade gift. Cal was saying for her kids recently, you like to go to the thrift store, which what a good idea.
Yeah, if you guys are like talk about money savings, so like let's talk about the financial portion of it, right? And you're like, well, we can't afford to do these different pieces. There are so many different ways. If you do want to have those presents underneath the Christmas tree and you want it to be fun, there's trading gifts. There's so many toys that are laying around our house that our kids do not play with. Megan and I could literally just trade our toys and rewrap them, and the kids would be freaking jacked.
Yep.
Or we have been big fans at the thrift store lately, and we go buy something between $2 and $10, and there's cool toys there, like all of our new games, a bunch of unopened like boxes and stuff. And what a cool way to be able to share the sentiment and also provide them with something that they might like. So money savings, we've been really tight with money, and we've been,
I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, we've had a lucrative life. So they're both styles. Then you don't. I can't imagine the stress of feeling like you have to break the bank or load a credit card in order to go Christmas shopping. That makes my heart sad, because to me what that does, and actually this full conversation, Megan, is it starts to tell the person that you are within. The way that you go into and move around Christmas, if you give to receive, it starts to tell part of the person you are. If you feel like you have to keep up with the Jones or the neighbors, then
break the bank
or break the bank, and you have to put things on credit cards, or things have to be just right because you're worried about what other people will think about you. It's like, I know Megan's gonna freaking love this red reindeer nose. It's $1 at the dollar store, but what will everybody else think? Like, I should probably buy her a more expensive whatever that people are gonna look upon. It really shows you how in tune you are with yourself and your personal growth, I would say.
Yeah.
And the more that you can let go and practice your 4 agreements of doing your best and not having judgment and not making assumptions, is going to be you'll start to. I know. I'm getting a little
starting to sweat.
Yeah, okay. Woo! All right, we're done with that for a minute. That sounds good. It will start to transform your holidays as well when it comes to the presents versus presents piece of it, which I think is cool.
Totally.
So far we have tip number 1 is where you're going to start shopping earlier throughout the year. So next year, maybe even on the after Christmas sales, go buy a bunch of stuff for that, right? And then tip number 2 is to not do your early shopping. Be like Megan, do last minute shopping, but make it fun and do what works for your family. Tip number 3 would be that you create, I don't want to say boundaries around gifts, but expectations. Openly communicate about presents and what the expectations of who you're going to give to, and give to give, not give to receive. And then we just talked about watching your finances and having some different, more affordable ways to walk into it. And I would say, Megan, one of a big one for me that could be a number 5 is, like you said, the kids, it does bring joy for them to open a few things, and whatever expectation you set up as parents is kind of going to carry through tradition. So if you start Christmas number 1, it's a banger of a Christmas and it's all this stuff, they're probably going to start to expect these big things. But if you always have something new, something used, something borrowed, something to read, or whatever that thing is,
you want, something you need,
something to
wear, something to read,
then that's what they're going to expect each year. So if you're just starting to have kids, or if your kids are still 3 or under, they're not going to remember, you have the option to create that now. And yes, I know that you could swerve and communicate with your kids about it, but it's harder. But what I was going to say is focusing on especially as adults, the presence, focusing on the presence of getting to be together and communicating that with your kids. Like, you know, we get to build our kids into greedy little beings or beings who are going to appreciate the presence piece of it. And if they don't get something from, you know, every single aunt and uncle, or they don't love all of their presents, or they wanted something different, we have the opportunity to have the conversation with them, to talk them through that and help build them into just a little bit more appreciative humans. And I don't know, they might be pissed about it this year and they might not love your answers, but they are gonna start to learn more.
Absolutely. And that's just 1 year. And then right now, who you are in this time in your life as an adult, if you think back, if you look back, tell me one Christmas gift you got. You might remember something big that you got.
Yeah.
Like I remember 1 year as a family, we got a family gift, we got a Nintendo.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that was like so big at that time, right? But other than that,
dates that mature-ish mama, you know what I'm saying? She's old.
Yeah. The original Nintendo.
Have you seen now they have the little baby TVs with, it's like loaded with so many old, like it's got Super Mario on it, and it's this little game thing, and you're playing the old games.
No.
It was on the Tiki-Taki shop, and I'm thinking about getting it for myself and wrapping it up.
Yeah, girl. I love me some Mario Brothers.
You know what? And that's something else to think about too. If you're, something that just gets under my nerves is when I feel like it's women especially are upset that their husbands didn't get them exactly what they wanted and you didn't communicate it. You dropped hints and now you're stressed out about whether he's going to get that for you. Tell them what the F you want and then ask them, hey, did you get the presents that I wanted? If it's that important to you, if you're going to wake up Christmas morning and you're going to be disappointed, which is like what we're trying to teach our kids not to do. But if you feel like you're still in that state, buy it for yourself and put it in your own style. Wrap your own present if it's that important to you, because you deserve it. Go out and get it and get your, say, I'm going to buy my own present this year. That's okay.
Or say, this is exactly what I want. Here's the store you get it from.
Yeah, press the order button right here. Put your money in.
Yes.
But if you like the idea of surprise, then that's cool.
Then be surprised and be grateful. And
be grateful for it.
And be an example of what that looks like for your kids, no matter what. But I think what I was trying to say is that like it's like you don't actually, when you are a grown adult, I remember the fun, the traditions we still have, the things that mattered to me the most. Like I was like thinking how and what's so cool is we get to set up the traditions for our little family unit, right? Like you can, no matter what happens in your big, when in your big family that you guys have probably old traditions that you still do, and maybe you love them, maybe you don't, but whatever. It's your turn to start your own traditions within your own family, which I just think is so exciting, and I love that. So I was like thinking, what's going to be special? Not now, not at 3 years old, but when he's 33 and he gets to. Maybe I write him a letter every year at Christmas, just telling him about how much what a joyful year we had, or recapping the year, or whatever it is. And I was like, if I write him a letter, and then when he's 33, and now he can open this box, and it has all these handwritten letters from his mom at Christmas time every year, like. You know, and that at 3, at 13, he's going to be like, oh, mom's letter. Yep. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah. And you package it up.
Yeah. But then when he's, you know what I mean? Like something like that. I
really love the sentiment of that. It's so beautiful.
And then he just has that. Because I think about like how special I feel like the things that I do have that have been passed on from family members, like my grandparents or my mom. Even I have handwritten notes for my mom that I've saved, and my mom is still here. She'll be here for a while. Don't worry about it.
And
stick around.
And you still love it. It's just like there for you.
Exactly, and that's what as an adult, like that's as a kid, it's when you grow up, what you remember is the magic, not the presents. And that is the presence of us being together. Right. So
looking at our like just Christmases, to just go back to what some of your favorite things are or have been, Megs. I'm just curious. Like, what are some things that, like, what's your standards right now? Caston's still little, so you can recreate anything. But do you have anything like that stands out in your mind of how your holiday looks? The present piece of it, present versus presents.
Well, it's been always that we always get together with our whole family, which I love that. Like, come from a divorced family, which a lot of people our age do. So we always had Christmas Eve with my dad's family, and then Christmas Day with my
I
mom's
get her.
family. Yeah. And it was I always looked forward to both of those things
Yeah,
every
me too.
year, because it was like we got to celebrate twice.
Yeah.
And I love the tradition that I remember when I was a little girl, my grandfather, my dad's dad, he loved to make popcorn balls. That was like his thing that he would do at Christmas time, and he would make popcorn balls, and I would help him sometimes.
I never got to spend time with Clayton.
Yeah, he was it was pre-Cal.
Yeah, pre-Cal.
I know.
That's so beautiful.
So he would do
love
popcorn
that.
balls, and then put them in a little thing, and he was kind of like a manly guy, like, so to get like a popcorn ball is just sweet.
So
and then
cool.
he would make Tom and Jerry's.
Yep.
And then now Grandpa Scott, Uncle Scott, that's his thing, and I just love it because it goes all the way back to that time when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Grandpa and Grandma would have a Christmas party, make Tom and Jerry's, whatever it was, but. So that was
always
fun.
Been the presence.
The presence of being all together.
Present, yeah.
And just
I love that.
laughter, and it's happy, and
A lot of singing.
lots of singing with us on this
always,
side.
yeah.
Lots of just running, and kids on the other side, like loud. I just remember like it's just loud. Yeah, the loud house full of things.
love
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, what about you, Cal?
We've always had big, like, Christmas has been a priority for my parents since I was little, and both my side and John's side. So it's like this storm of bigness, and it's something we've created, and something how we don't know how to stop, but something that we both love.
Yeah.
So when I was little, even when my parents didn't have money, every year nothing was under the tree, and Caleb and I could come downstairs. We could come as early as we wanted. So we'd usually wake up at 3:30 a.m. and we'd sneak down there. We couldn't open our presents yet, only our stockings. So they would have like our tree, and my mom always knew how to lay the presents just right. So it looked like they spread out like 10 feet around the whole tree. And we would get our stocking with maybe some Legos or something we could do. And as a return of that, we've created the same tradition with our kids. So we love for it to be nothing, and then for them to like, holy crap. But we've had some years where, like, in real estate and Morgan, have our own companies, we were making some good money, and like there was a lot under that damn tree, right? Because we could afford it. And then we've had years we've had nothing, and we still like the full tree. So something that we do is we love some boxes. We're going to save some boxes, and we're going to save some big boxes. And you got to buy the cheap wrapping paper during that time, because we are going to wrap the shit out of a box that's 15 times bigger than the present. So it's like, you get this like little box, but you put it in a huge box. And the kids love the boxes anyways, but they still have that feeling. So it's like, how is the whole tree done? And then like they get their pile of presents, and it's like this little pile, but it still creates that magical feeling of coming down and seeing it, and doesn't have the expectation of like spending $1 million.
Yep.
And we just meet ourselves where we're at in each one of those moments. And then John's family, his parents are literally, if you guys have ever heard of the thing called Christmas Crusades, where you adopt a family and you all put in money to give families that are in need presents. They started that organization, and Christmas has been their thing forever. So they start shopping the beginning of the year, and Grandma Sandy and Jeff buy for every kid. John has 9 brothers and sisters, so all 10 kids, all of their spouses, and every single grandchild, which I think there's 30 some right now. Wow. And not one gift. I'm talking like their full house is full of gifts, and they just budget throughout the year. And that's what John, even though they didn't have money, grew up with. And it's not just them, it's giving, like fostering and having hundreds of families come through. So we really embraced the big Christmas, and it is a lot about presents. It has the presents piece of it, absolutely, but there's just like this magic. And the other thing about our family is we don't really buy things throughout the year. We really don't give gifts throughout the year. It's not like if my kid's like, hey, I want a whatever, I'm like, that's cool, put it on your Christmas list or whatever. So it is a bigger time for that piece of it. But it's something that we love, and we can make work whether we have money or don't have money. We just have to be smart about the way we put all of our different savings together. And that's some of the stuff. So I think that's some good tips, just to make sure that you guys aren't walking into the holiday season hyper fixated on, the main thing is what other people think.
There's no perfection in anything, and so you just got to let that piece go. And that's one hard thing that we've talked about is, it's hard to live in a social media life. It just is, because you see the best of the best. And
you see my tree with all this stuff, and you don't see like, I mean, I can show that, but it's not like the kids like, show my pile of presents afterwards that's this big,
right?
You know?
Or you see the people who have the whole decorated home, and then the inside is like perfect, and then she's inside like making Christmas cookies for everybody
With
and
an
it's
apron on.
and wonderful if that's you, and wonderful if that's what you love to do and can do, and it's not stressful for you to do those things. But not everybody needs to be that person. I think that, like always, you just show up like who you are, how you are, where you are, and that's what matters most, is just being there.
Yeah, just being there. Presents over presents.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 ho. Presents over presents, but enjoy your presents and the presents. Enjoy it both.
Enjoy it all.
Yeah, stress a little bit less about it this year, and maybe a couple of those things can help you.
Give yourself that gift.
Yeah.
Just stop giving Xmas fucks.
Way to just make that a G-rated version for the big G upstairs and the baby J down here. Who's upstairs now?
Jesus is my homeboy.
Jesus is my homeboy. And you know
It's his
what?
birthday.
Oh, Jesus, it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna drink Bacardi like it's your birthday.
Yeah, we have to go.
Okay, we gotta go do some Christmas shopping. Love you. See you next Tuesday. Just kidding. Bye.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe, and of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how you impact our lives. All right, see you next time.
Did you? I didn't know. It just felt like it was going with our song and our groove, and then I felt kind of bad about it.
You flipped him off. Yeah, we really took a hard right there for a second. We're like, be grateful and love it, and then like, don't give a fuck.